Okay, so today's session, I don't know if you guys see the calendar, but on Thursdays, usually, well, Sean and Roger split the room, and Sean gives you guys tutorials on lead ball and all of that. Honestly, I'm not, I mean, I use it, of course, but I'm not a big expert like Sean. And we also talk about SEO. So that's something that I'm more familiar with, of course, because I do run part of your campaigns to some of our clients. So that's something that we're more familiar with. Okay. So before we start, how is everybody doing? How you guys are feeling today? Good. How is the week? We're almost on Friday, pretty much. So this is the Friday with a T. How are you guys feeling towards the end of the week? Anyone? Anything new to share?
Yeah. It's Saturday for me every day.
Tired.
Really? That's nice. Yeah, for me, my Saturday starts on Friday, but for me, yeah, today we can start like laying back a little bit, not feeling that stress. We're getting to, I mean, if we didn't make something between like Monday and Wednesday, it's not like we're gonna be able to fulfill it. I mean, you can, but at what expense, right? So good. Now, going back to what got you guys here today, we're talking about SEO. So that's pretty much the main core of the company. As you guys know, Warrior talks a lot about the local SEO, competitors, keywords. Some of you guys, I know that like we're doing campaigns for you guys, so you got that part covered. So for the people that still likes to do it on their own, these are some tips that might help you guys go through that. Okay. So we do general SEO, but our main focus, and I think you guys have heard this terminology already, it's local SEO, right? Yes? Good. So what do you guys, I'm going to ask you someone just to see what's the idea on it. Chris, is the first time that I see you this week. So can you tell me what do you think local SEO is, or how do we manage that to make it local?
From what I understand is that it's basically any content or any material that drives direction towards a specific geographical area. So for instance, if you Google something within a geographical area, if there are locations there, the results that pop up are those that are located within that market.
Definitely. Yeah. So pretty much local SEO works like, let's say, the regular SEO. The only difference is that we optimize for a specific geolocated areas. So instead of just putting the typical We Buy Houses, we're trying to target We Buy Houses, Houston, Texas, for example. So we're targeting a specific market, not just the national area, right? So now with that being said, most of your companies is real estate. Most of you will manage the local SEO, right? You have a specific areas of business that you want to target or focus your business into. I know some of you, let's say you guys are in Texas, your location pages says that you cover several different areas in Texas. And for John May, I know it's the same. But I've been seeing some of our clients lately that they've been having difficulties to decide, let's say, which is the area that they want to focus. So that's something really important on their SEO, for not saying the less, because otherwise we're, like we said yesterday, John, like we're kind of shooting in the dark if we don't decide which is going to be our area of business, right? So part of the success of a good marketing campaign is knowing where are we targeting that campaign. And that means the people that we're targeting it to and where is that people located. Otherwise, we're just shooting tons and load of marketing to people that maybe not our target audience or the area that we're looking for, right? So could you guys say that you already have identified which is your target area? Like, yeah, most of you? Okay, good. So that's a kudos for you guys. One thing that, and I see that a lot of people struggle with that. Do you guys have already a GMB? I know Hannah has one. I know Rilo for John May has one. Does anyone here doesn't have a GMB?
What is it? Geographical metro?
It's Google My Business or Google Business.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. Awesome. Now the second step of having a GMB as local SEO is it verified? I know most of you guys. Awesome. Thank you, Keith. So he also has a GMB. Now, GMB, you actually need to have a physical location because you get a verification code, right? I know you guys as real estates, you might not want to put your own address because then you don't want people getting in there or something, right? Because most of you use your homes to get the verification code. But does any one of you doesn't have verified their GMB, or are all of you verified? Awesome. Okay. Now, I know that JP right now has two GMBs because he's managing Florida and New Jersey. So that's actually a kind of like a smart idea. One thing with that is like if your GMB is not verified or your Google My Business, I don't know if you guys know, but Google hides you. It doesn't show you because you are not verified. And that means that they don't feel that you guys are trustworthy to show to people. So that's another step. I know a lot of our clients already set up like a GMB account, but some of them don't have it verified. So it's almost the same as not having it. Just for you guys in the future, in case you want to create another GMB, just make sure that it's verified. Now, what about optimizations? I know that you guys can hide the location of your GMB, but you can also select the locations that you're covering with that market. For example, the location pages that you guys have on your websites, do you guys add those on the GMB? Because that part of the optimization is going to be crucial at the moment of someone doing a search. Is it that way? Do you guys have it verified? Like, do you add the locations that you guys cover?
Yes, ma'am, they're on there.
Awesome. Is it the same with John? John, do you have your locations in there?
I believe so, yeah. In Google My Business, there's
Yes.
locations, you just cities that you're active in, I would say.
Yes, exactly. Awesome.
I need to
So
check.
yeah, that's part of the optimizations that you guys should have. I mean, having the specific one where you guys are located, it's good enough. But if we're optimizing, adding the location is going to take just a couple of your minutes, right? And getting going. And plus, you guys have a website. Now, my questions for this is because I've been noticing that a lot. I know that since you don't have a physical location, some of you, it's difficult to get a GMB, get it verified, and also get it optimized. But I can tell you guys, having a GMB is going to help your SEO a lot. We even have clients that only do business directly through GMB, and the website is just a plus. So yeah, that could be the main source of income for you guys, as long as you have it well optimized. And it's a great tool, right? Now, going back to GMB reviews, how many of you guys struggle on having reviews for your clients? A lot. Yeah, you have reviews. I saw I think I've been seeing your GMB. You have several reviews there. So that's good. I know we can shit a little on reviews. Doesn't necessarily have to be a client when you guys are starting. We have a big community over here. That's something that you can ask around, see if anybody has a couple minutes to leave a review, a 5-star review if it matters. The idea of it is just that's because it generates authority for you guys, but also at the same time, having a review, let's say, of course, we're hoping never getting a bad review, but let's say you only have 5 and one of them is bad. That's going to get your score really down. So that's like just generating some like safety net. So even if it's from friends, family, getting just a couple of reviews in there, just in the worst case scenario that you get a bad one, it's not going to be a big hit. So that's just something to consider. And it doesn't take that much time. And they don't even have to write a lot. Just give a 5-star. It takes a couple minutes of their time. And you can even share a direct link so they don't even have to look it up for themselves. A direct link for a review. Okay. Now, I know Roger talks a lot about this. I know that you guys, most of you don't have enough time to be posting on GMB, but also I think that's something that at least Chris is familiar with, post on GMB, creating posts. GMBs like any other social media, just with really strict guidelines, but you guys can still post any updates, any new properties or new deals that you guys are getting. That could be really useful because that's also pieces of content that Google looks as authority for your business and also for your website. So just something to consider there between the reviews and generating posts. Now, one thing that I want to know, and this is more towards you guys, is have you identified the local competitors you have? Like, which is your main competition? Do they have a GMB? Do you know that? That's perfect. So, they get it going. Now, one thing that we ask for competitors, and I think we asked that on the onboarding. Of course, we can do the competitor analysis, but if you guys already have in mind who is your main competition, is just checking what they have, right? I mean, if they're there is because they might be doing something good or the competition is not that high. So it never hurts just to watch what everyone else is doing. No, I assume that you guys mostly, and because this is something that Roger pushes a lot, you might have that set up. Now, this is for me the hard part. Who of you would say that has a social media presence? You have, Bud, Chris too. Anyone else? Facebook, Instagram? Okay. Okay, Geek got disconnected. That's good. Social media presence, even though that is not a website, let's say nowadays your current market, I don't know, like your target audience is between the 30 and the 45, I imagine, right? Most of you. So let's say that those are, well, millennials, people like me on their late 20s. We use social media a lot. And I'm not saying that you guys have to become influencers or something, right? But just having a presence there, a post every now and then could go a long way. Just because, for example, on my end, whenever I want to purchase something or get a new product, I check if they have any social media because that's a way for me to establish, let's say, like a trustworthy bond to see, okay, they have online presence. I see interaction. I see a little bit of movement. So that makes me feel that I'm actually dealing with a person and not with a national company or something that is just going to lose my money and I'm not going to get anything, whatever. So I'm not saying again that you guys have to become influencers or something like that, but at least Instagram, Facebook can go a long way. And you can even recycle. I'm not saying to create unique posts for each platform, but whatever you post on GMB, you can reutilize it for Facebook, reutilize it for Instagram, except for links. But yeah, that's pretty much for me that trifecta, the one that we say like GMB, having a website and having some social media presence, it's going to be what keeps your marketing, organic marketing flowing, right? The possibility of getting organic leads, not just the listings that you guys are trying to get as realtors, right? Now, with that being said, I would like to know, like, and I'm going to start with each one of you because that's usually what we do. I would like to see what are you guys doing right now for your SEO with the things that you know. And if you don't know much, it's fine. I think that we can have it as an open discussion and there's an opportunity of dialogue. Let's start with John because I see that he's the recurrent one.
Yeah, I have no idea what you all are doing. So, yeah, I just pay for it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, so pretty much you get content, right? So we do optimizations, we do vlogs, but for example, we don't do your social media. Do you do any of that?
no.
Yeah, and with the upgrade that you did, we are also managing your GMB, so that one is covered too.
Right.
So, but maybe social media, and again, it's not that you have to do it daily or something, but just whenever you see properties or whenever you're hiring a VA, that could be a short story on Instagram. I mean, the best example for me is Sean. Sean pretty much posts something every day, and it doesn't have to be something super elaborated or whatever. It's just getting something going. Even if it's on your car, a short video of the road, or if you go and see a property, or when you had like an interview with the VA a couple days ago, a screenshot of that. It's a good opportunity for content.
Yeah, I'll just start doing what Jordan does. Just copy Jordan.
Jordan, what do you usually do on your social media? Can you share with us something?
Most of the time it's just walking through properties and just carry a camera around. Hopefully I catch my contractors doing something goofy. That's always fun for people and they laugh at it. What else do we do? Anytime we get a deal, anytime we buy, or anytime we go in contract on one, you know, we have a post for that. Anytime we go pending on one, anytime we sell one, anytime anything happens with any kind of property, we're posting about it. And that just, you know, keeps your brand awareness right there. People are always watching. So just the simple things, really. Just keep the camera on and keep posting what you're doing, your deals. What are you doing in your deals? I think we did a goofy little photo shoot last week in one of our like gutted houses. And Jacob started posting pictures of it today. So we'll have some content for that. Just doing little things, catching people taking pictures of you, or having little photo shoots. I think the photo shoot was like $100 or something, and then the guy's going to go out and take photos of all the locations, like for all of our locations pages, the different city landmarks and things like that. So we'll stuff those on our website, and we'll post those pictures too once we get them done. So just little stuff, staying active, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. How much will you say that takes out of your time? Did you say that you would?
I'm going to the properties anyway, so I mean, maybe it might take me an extra 30 minutes to, let the guys know, hey, I'm walking through here with the camera. Don't get too rowdy. Like there's a funny one the other. They know I'm coming, and they know I'm coming with the camera, the contractors. So one of my guys was like sitting in the corner of a vacant in the kitchen, like with his pants down, and had a trash bag over him, like he was sitting in the corner using the bathroom. And I caught him on camera. I haven't put that up yet though, because I'm a little worried I might scare some people away from our houses if they see our contractors shit in the corner of the kitchen, unfinished kitchen. So just goofy little things like that. I might do that on my YouTube though, because it's just a place to be goofy, but just little stuff like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So, like you said, I mean, it's usually taking an extra 30 minutes of his time. I know 30 minutes is a new chapter in whatever series is on Netflix or, yeah, I mean, it's just 30 minutes. I mean, we invest that into doing something else. So, I mean, it shouldn't take that much. I mean, we even have our phones most of the time, most of the people nowadays. So 30 minutes that we invest on that, I don't see that it's that bad. Chris, you guys, I see you guys been posting lately. Besides that, is there anything new that you guys are trying right now for your social media?
We have a third party company handling that right now, so they're constantly doing posts. But since we're in the rut of doing things right now, we haven't focused as much on social media besides the automatic stuff that's going out. But similar to what Jordan does, when there's stuff going on, we're constantly filming it from the day of the offer till the very day of the next offer. So everything in between. It's hard to find, besides filming YouTube videos that are interlinked with the blogs, we're having a little bit trouble just finding random stuff to do. I don't want to just get a camera and film the back of my dad's bald head in the middle and say, hey, we're working hard over here in the office. But yeah, we try and keep a presence as much as possible, and that company does allow us to do that, thankfully.
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, like outsourcing towards the end of the day, that's gonna save you a lot of time and effort. So yeah, if you guys have the budget and you don't have the time to post it, outsourcing also works. So it's not bad at all. But do you have any social media presence right now?
As far as
sorry, I thought you said.
I thought you said, but go ahead, bud. I'm sorry, man.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You're good.
No, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, it was a small interruption. You can go ahead now.
Oh, sorry. All right. Yeah, no, I outsourced it.
Yeah, you're
Basically.
outsourcer too? No, yeah, that's fine too. I mean, that works. We're trying to make like, if there is no budget, I mean, there's a possibility like just for other people. I mean, we did outsource it like long time ago, but then I start doing it, and right now we have we do it inside. So we have someone that dedicates time to our social media. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have the budget, as long as you have something going there. Victor, do you outsource or do you do any social media presence yourself?
Yeah, so I do all social media presence myself. And as I'm wearing quite a bit of hats with the realtor side of the business, which is what I mainly focus on. So when I go on social media, I'm mainly talking about the clients I'm handling. And then with the investment properties, things are not as good right now, so I haven't done any content in that regard. We just sold our investment property that we flipped here in Orlando maybe 3 weeks ago now. And while I was doing that, then constantly talking about it, the ups and downs that come with the investment property. I was putting that on Facebook, Instagram, and just recently I got LinkedIn, and I want to dive into YouTube. But again, it's quite a bit. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with StreamYard. So that way because I like to do a lot of lives. And then StreamYard will pretty much put that in all the platforms. But I don't have anything up on the SEO yet, so we'll see how we can get that up there.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I know what it's having multiple hats sometimes is just too crowded and one people team, right? So yeah, I mean, still, I mean, as long as you have like something going, and for example, I know Chris, you and Bud, both of you outsource your social media, but I mean, and that's something because long time ago I used to manage some social media. So something that I used to say to my clients, like the fact that we managed it, it's good. I mean, because that gives you guys time to do other things. But every once in a while, so seeing a familiar face or seeing the business owner gives a different touch to whoever is watching, right? So it's not something mandatory, but whenever you guys get the chance, even if it's the ball part of your father or something, I mean, it's just a way to engage with whatever community you have out there. And at the end of the day, again, it's not that we're trying to make influencers out of you, but that, whether you want it or not, can create authority for your website. Like that helps you guys to become more trustworthy because it's just something that they can rely on. I told you. Okay, you have someone to. Okay, well, so you do it yourself. This is still pretty cool. I mean, still, there's nothing bad on outsource. But again, people just as a user, like from a user standpoint, watching people's faces instead of just post every now and then makes a huge difference with the engagement. We've been testing that with the clips that we do from Wet Bus, from Sean and Roger, and then get a completely different response than just having a daily post. So yeah, just something to take into consideration. That's not going to make your SEO, but that's going to make the authority of your website grow a little stronger and also generate that, let's say, channel of communication with possible leads or generating trust within the community you're trying to target, okay? Now, most of you guys here outsource their SEO with us. But for example, tips for you, Victor. I know that right now you might be super like loaded with a lot of things, but something that I think Roger recommended like long ago is like whenever you see a YouTube video from real estate or realtors that you really like, there's an option on YouTube for transcripts. So you can get the transcript of whatever video. And that's excellent and really easy way to get content. The only thing that you have to do is rewrite. There's actually a tool that it's called Jarvis. We pay for that. So even if you don't have time to write it yourself, there's actually tools that can help you write it. And it doesn't take, I think Max writes there most of the time. Max, how long does it take you to write like a 500 word blog in Jarvis? Do you remember?
It's actually pretty quick because it takes for about 20 minutes or so, depending on if you have already the idea. For example, you can like start writing a little bit and you can like let the system know like in which tone do you want it and all of that. And it can like write it for you. But it's recommended to take a look at it and you can make some modifications and all of that. But yeah, it's very simple to use.
No worries, but thank you for joining. Yeah, so like Jarvis, there's a lot of different platforms. On that one we pay. I know that there's some free platforms out there. Well, there's even like writers that you can find on different platforms like Upwork, things like that. That's how we met most of our team members now, like through outsource. And it's really cheap. It's just matter of taking a little bit of time. But content itself, just like loading content every now and then on your website, is activity. I don't know if you guys were there when Sean mentioned like a website is actually never done. It's like an ongoing project, and making changes, adding content or adding more sections, that helps. I mean, your website is already indexed at the moment that you work with us. When we create the website, we create it with a structure that's gonna help you guys get indexed into Google faster. And also eventually for the long run, it can rank, right? Because that's the way that we structured the whole website. But if you guys want to give it an extra push, that's when we start creating content for the websites, optimizing the pages, having location pages like we always ask you guys, or adding more images, more content into the website. That's what it's going to keep the blood flowing into the website. So you actually have a chance with the rest of the competition. Oh, I never heard about that one, but that's something to take into consideration. So John Mader is recommending Killbot also for rewriting. So for SEO, and I think most of the people that we have on the Department of SEO here at TRC is not gonna lie, content is king. For whatever you do on SEO wise, content is gonna be the main thing. There's gonna, of course, there's other things that you can do, but just creating content is the easiest and the more reliable way to get some of the SEO going. So if you don't have the time to do it, which is completely understandable, outsourcing it or just having these platforms to help you rewrite some pieces of content can take you a long way. Sometimes the website might rank, but there's a hard competition. But we have a lot of clients that just with the minimum effort and having some content on their website, the blog itself can start ranking on his own. And that's also a way for Google to say, you know what, this person knows what it's talking about. Let's put it a little up in the scale because it's more reliable with information. It's just like letting know Google that you're the expert on the market. So that's going to help you rank, and that helps you get more eyes, more eyeballs into your website, which is at the end of the day what we're looking for with the campaigns. And then the leads and the conversion is just another step of your marketing. So that's pretty much everything that I had to say. I don't know if you guys have any questions or if you have any specific SEO questions of things that you would like to do. Max and I were pretty involved with SEO, so yeah, we're all ears.
I think one of the reasons we're having so much success on our SEO side is we're forcing people to use our website as a tool to get in contact with us. So like we all have the investors page, the contractors page, the insurance agents page. If you have rentals, you have a rental properties page. When we post things like maybe we're doing a flip, right? And the market's hot right now, the inventory is low. We have a lot of real estate agents reach out to us like, hey, I have a client looking for a house just like what you're doing there on Parkview. Can we get in and look at it before you list it? Hey, that's great. Here's what you need to do. Go to our coming soon page, type your info in, right? So now they're clicking around on our page, trying to find the coming soon page. They find that property, they fill out the form. Oh, and hey, by the way, if you're interested in becoming like a preferred agent with us, then we have this page for our real estate agents. Put your info in there, put your info in that form, click submit, and then we'll start sending you listings and things that we're getting close to being done. So like we're forcing everybody that comes in contact with us to use our website as a tool to stay connected with us. And then of course we're getting their email and setting them up a profile on Lead Vault. Same thing with the rental properties. That's been huge for us. We're predominantly a rental property company. So somebody wants to rent from us, we force them to fill out that form. You have no opportunity to rent from us unless you fill out that form, period. No discussion, because it starts the chain reaction. They fill out the form, they get emailed and texted the application, so on and so forth, and then they can follow the process. But the only issues I come across are the older folks that really have no idea how to get online, use these types of forms and things. But to be honest with you, that's almost like a weed out thing for me. If you can't use the website, then you're probably not going to be able to submit payments online. It's the only form of payment we take. So you're already kind of weeding yourself out. So I feel sorry for the older people, but it makes my life easier if I don't have to go collect cash or money orders or whatever, outside of the online payment. So that's one tip that I have, is just force anybody that you're talking to, force them to your website, and that'll help a lot. Sean's big on that too. We're doing our videos. Always shout your website out. Don't tell them to connect with you on Facebook. They're probably already watching you on Facebook. Tell them to visit your website or whatnot. And then, of course, in Facebook Messenger, we're so active on Facebook that people are constantly messaging us. Hey, do you have a rental here? Hey, do you have a rental there? We'll just send them our rentals page and say, this is what I've got right now. I'm not sure what's open, but here's what we've got right now. Boom, that they have to go there. So you give them a little bit of information, but force them to your website.
Yeah, I love that. Actually, I do remember like Sean mentioning that. Thank you. Actually, I thank you for bringing that up. So yeah, your website is kind of like your main card of presentation. Whenever you want to close deals or something, sharing a link to your website, having a landing page I know Sean has mentioned to you guys having these lead magnets or this freebies that you provide to people. But at the end of the day, like guiding people to your website, that generates traffic. And towards the end of the day, that also gives you the opportunity of follow up. Maybe they were not ready to close a deal at that point, but you have their contact information to keep on following up to see if on the future that's an opportunity that opens. So yeah, thank you for sharing, Jordan. That's actually really cool. Who else has something to share regarding that?
Yeah, similar with us. We're doing the same thing since we started with you guys at Jordan's, and we're moving everyone over to online. Any interaction, anything we do, even our offline. So we'll put a QR code on anything, and actually within the offline material, we'll focus them like, hey, get to this page for your next step. Book a call here. Or in the past, we just, it's like we give them a number and they call through there. We'd have no traction, and it wouldn't do anything for our websites. We're launching everything that's possibly offline into our website as well.
That's awesome because yeah, there's going to be a lot of content in your website. I mean, you might as well just put it up to work as well. And a website's a great card of presentation. So yeah, I'm really happy that you guys are actually putting that into action. Like even as we have QR codes now for everything, the link tree on Instagram, if you guys have a profile, having that optimized, your link tree, it's a page that we create through the line of your website. So yeah, even having that optimized and having it there on Instagram, or if you guys don't have a link tree, just having the link to your website there or the link to a landing page with the form, that takes a long way. And nowadays, like Jordan said, I mean, every now and then you might get stuck with someone that is not tech savvy, but that doesn't mean, I mean, I think with the time passing, that gets more minimal compared to the amount of people that is actually going online to do most of the things. And now with the whole pandemic thing, I mean, most of our things we do them now online, even payments or whatever. So yeah, like let's use like the website as a tool for reference, not just to have it there, but actually putting it up to work. There's a lot of monetizing that you guys can get out of your website. Okay, anyone else that wants to share anything? Eric, John, you guys are good? Any conclusions, doubts, questions?
I got a quick question. I'm helping Terry out with his marketing and some tasks that he has. I'm not exactly sure if his forms are actually set up correctly. I helped him load his contacts into his database, but now I'm trying to test out to see if his forms are actually connected, and I'm not seeing those leads drop into the database. Where would I go to actually check those leads? Is that where it would land in the contact section, or am I looking in the wrong location?
Is he on Leadball or what is the
He's on
CRM?
Leadball.
Leadball. Okay. Do me a favor, Eric. Try to send, please actually send a message to support. The guys who actually support on Leadball get connected in a couple hours more. They're in the Philippines. But yeah, just send a message to support with that problem that you're having, and we can assignate someone to take a look into that, okay? Because yeah, it might be an issue with the form.
Okay, and that's support at Leadball, or what is
No,
that?
it's actually support at Top Results Consulting. Just send it to us.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, Leadville is also from us, so you can send it into the same pipeline, and we're gonna get it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Max, for that. Well, that's pretty much everything that I had to share for you guys today. I don't know if you guys have any other questions or anything else that you would like to share right now. If not, we can call it a day.
I have one more quick question in regards to you have like a chat bot or a chat bubble at the bottom of all your websites. Do you have like a webinar that's basically lays out the questions and answers, how you would actually set up that chat bot? Do you have like pre-configured or pre-filled or any type of like script that would go in those locations by any chance?
Currently, if you're on Leadball, I think we have a webinar where they can tell you how to make that integration. Since you have it there, let me look for it. And on the same email that you send, just add that into questions so we can send you the tutorial for that. I think Sean has it recorded.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because before Leadball, I know that we were pushing people to use the Messenger bot, but we no longer need that. We have our own chat bot. So yeah, just send it there through support and they can guide you on how to set that one up too, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Anyone else before we go? You're good? Okay, I'm going to put this stop recording right now.